The Potato Darren.
That is me. I'm the Potato Darren.
Alright guys, welcome to game number 1 of the clan war between Team aiR's Intense, the pink Terran spawning at the top left of Shakura's plateau.
And Psychonaut QQ playing for the team IMP, I believe.
Yes.
He is a Protoss player, the teal Protoss, and he spawns in the top right of Shakura's
Impulse
plateau.
Gaming is correct, sir.
Impulse Gaming is correct, sir.
Looks like a little bit of pre-game banter going on. Psychonaut saying, if you can guess the song I'm listening to, I will snipe one of my own SCVs. That is cute.
Very, very cute. Hey, he's got my name, kind of, in the beginning. Anyway.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So Intense is calling for a supply depot. We're going to be walling off on this map. And it's probably a 1-rack expand. Pretty much the most standard TVP opening there is. So I expect Intense to do that very soon.
Yeah, especially on a map like this with a decent sized ramp that you can put bunkers down on and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that ramp is so great to hold off 4 gates on, and any other Protoss cheese that can come. So very easy map to 1-rack expand on. So hopefully he does that, because that's a great build to do.
Yeah, so we have a very early scout from our Protoss player after Pylon, and he's going to put down his gate at, looks like 13 here. And, Intense was showing this yesterday in the clan war where he all-killed the other team, just putting that original barracks kind of further back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, especially if he's going to go for a 1-rack expand. I mean, he doesn't really need that ramp. I mean, he can wall it off, but the thing is that if you built a supply depot with that racks right there, you can stop the Protoss from scouting or trap the probe in your base, and so you get a probe kill. So one of the two is basically better than not getting any of them. So, that'd be a better decision, but hey, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to, change the tide of the game or anything, so.
Never know, man. Never. He is scouting a little bit late, though. He hasn't scouted his Protoss opponent at all, and, I don't know. It's unlikely, but what if he did like a 2-gate proxy or something? He'd just be dead.
Yeah, it could definitely happen, and yeah, you're right. 2-gate proxies on this map are quite common, because you have that, if you look in between those 2 bases that Intensity has, those naturals, you have that little spot right there. You can put a pylon and maybe even put a gateway down there. So yeah, it's definitely pretty popular on this map. So yeah, I mean, walling off it is a lot safer, and scouting earlier is safer, but yeah, looks like he is going to send out the scout now, so he's going to get some information, but not as much as he would like to, because the stalker's going to be out soon.
Yeah, there is a Nexus going down for our Protoss player already, so very fast expansion off of only 1 gate. Something we've seen a couple of players in the last few clan wars do is, stop mining gas for a while after the original 50, just to get out a much faster Nexus and be able to drone a little harder, or probe a little harder.
Probe a little harder? Ugh, get those hard probes out. Hardly. Hardness. Hardness.
We're not gonna. Nope. We're not going there today.
Okay.
Okay. We do have Intense finishing up his command center, so both players with a very fast expansion. Probably going to be a bit of a longer game here. We'll see how both players decide to tech, and Intense throwing down 3 additional barracks before any gas. So again, something we saw a lot yesterday. Just a lot of pressure from the Terran player to open the game.
Yeah, definitely. It really looks like the Protoss probably going to go for some kind of 4-gate after a Nexus, which is really common, or a 6-gate or something like that. So Intense needs to watch out, maybe put down even another bunker, maybe, if this pressure gets too much to handle, because,
Yeah, we do have that proxy pylon on the map, so you definitely could be right about that. Warp gate is about to finish. Only 3 gates up, so a little bit of pressure, but, this one bunker with a lot of SCVs down there ready to repair shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because Intense has 4 racks and no gas, so he's going to have a lot of units out pretty quickly, especially with that bunker. So it should be able to stop this 3-gate pressure, but if it turns into something like 7-gate or something like that, I'm not quite sure.
Well, we do have Intense scouting with this probe as the stalkers do get pushed back by the barracks, or by the bunker, LOL barracks. So he has already seen the Nexus, and he's going to get to see the second gas timing. He's going to get to see that there's no more tech back here, and it looks like we have a robo going down right now, so we'll see if he does manage to catch an eye on that.
Yeah, and that's a trade-off. if you're gonna do pressure as a Protoss, I mean, you have the chance of getting a scout in your base. He should definitely just check for a scout always. All Protoss should just check around for an SCV hiding, because it's so crucial that you hide your tech as a Protoss, because he just saw that robo, and so he knows it's not going to be high tempo or something like that, and so he can prepare for maybe playing a lot greedier, because Colossus is going to be a little ways out, but we'll see what he does, because in the command center. So
I don't want to. This isn't to embarrass. I'm sure it was a total mistake, but Psychonaut just chrono boosted his Cyber Core. I think it was because it was too close to his Nexus and he misclicked.
Ooh, yeah, that's that's really unfortunate.
So
not going to be.
Maybe if that ever happens, you think about putting it a little further away. That's weird. I've never actually seen, like a misclick because of how close something else was.
He actually was trying to go for board raise, and I guess he just made a split-second decision to not get the upgrade. So I don't know.
Not fake. He was making 8,000 void rays with hallucination.
Yeah, standard.
All right. Well, looking at the supply count, it is pretty even. It's currently 66 to 63 in a Terran's favor, but not by much. And that has already changed to Psychonaut's favor. So, a very even supply game here. And this robotics bay is right in the plump in the middle of the Protoss player's base.
Very plump right there.
Yeah, very plump. God, I hate you so much sometimes.
I know. But this is one thing that Intense does, is I don't necessarily agree with, is that he delays a factory for so long. And that's super, super greedy against Colossus play. I mean, because you're going to make 2 medevacs after your starport's up with the reactor, if he decides to get a reactor. Hopefully he does. But, I mean, Vikings are so far out right now that these Colossus coming out, if he does a couple timing pushes or something, I don't know, but that Colossus right there is going to be so deadly to his army, and it's really going to hurt him.
I think you're right, but I mean, I feel like we're missing some aggression that should be going down here. He doesn't have stim quite yet. It's only 3/4 of the way done. But even if he just walked across with this entire army and attacked the front of our Protoss player, like, the Protoss would have to make, like 3 or 4 more sentries. That would delay his Colossus more. And I don't know. I feel like we could see a lot more pressure from the Terran off of these 4 ranks.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird decision. I guess he's just making a ton of units for some kind of big timing push, ideally when those +1 upgrades finish. But, I mean, with his Colossus out, it's just going to deny that completely.
Intense sending another SCV up the ramp and saw the Colossus shoot at it. I'm assuming he saw the Colossus shoot at it. I don't, in fact, know that for sure. But
well, he saw the Colossus bay, or the Robo bay. So.
He did? Oh.
Yeah. He knows it's coming.
Meow. Meow. Alright.
But, I mean, the starport hasn't even been started yet. So, like, even if he does know about it, but, I mean, it's still, like, he's not going to make enough.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely greedy play. You're absolutely right about that. But I mean, I don't know. Just look how many units he has, man. That is so many Marines and Marauders compared to what we have: 3 Stalkers, 9 Zealots, and 2 Colossus. And 1 Sentry.
Colossus is so good, though. Colossus is so good.
I know, but if you just get like 1 decent engagement, it doesn't even have to be a perfect engagement, man. Like.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I mean, getting all these units and then I guess he's not going to attack, but he probably should have. He might be able to take that whole army, even with the 2 Colossus. He could get us a nicer round or something. But, I mean, kind of a weird decision.
Well,
I don't know.
Taking a look at the Harvester count now, Protoss actually not very far ahead, even though he went for that fast expansion and should have been chrono boosting probes out that whole time. Currently,
pause the game.
61 to 59, and yeah, Intense to get pause the game for a little bit, and Psychonaut is also going to go walk his dog. So let's fill some time here, buddy.
Yeah, standard. Well, I mean, Intense does have these 2 starports out, so he's going to have 1 making a Viking, the other 2, the one with the reactor making 2 medevacs, obviously, so he can get out some more medevacs. But I don't know. Oh my god.
Alright, sorry. We have 2 starports? Oh, we do. And we have 1 with the reactor and 1 without. So that's definitely going to increase his production in the air to help him against those Colossus a lot. But, he's only making 3 medevacs right now, man.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, he doesn't really have enough gas to even start Vikings right now. I mean, he can start them, but he's not going to have enough to mass them up on a grand scale. And this Protoss army is just going to get stronger and stronger, especially adding on this Templar Archives and getting this Twilight Council to charge, but no forges at all.
Yeah, that's
actually.
really weird. +2/+2 already on the way for the Terran player. And, you know, this might seem weird too, but look at the supplies, man. It's 140 to 160. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but considering how little pressure there was and how even they were at the beginning, this is... I don't know. It's just weird to see the Protoss down this much in supply already.
Yeah, I mean, those 4 racks production really helped Intense out a lot, and looks like he's going to go for a little attack here. No Vikings on the field just yet. The Protoss does see this with his obs above the Terran army. He should scan and try and take that out. But, yeah, I mean, these 4 Colossus now, 5 on the way, and High Templars morphing. He doesn't have any ghosts. He doesn't have a good Viking count, so the Protoss army has a better composition, but the Terran army has just more shit and a lot of upgrades, so...
Yeah, I don't... Okay, so what do you think about this positioning on the 3rd command center here? He's had it for a long time, but he just brought it down right now. Do you like this position as opposed to the straight vertical position down?
Yeah, I do, because, well, a few reasons, like, his army's already there, and he's gonna... Shakuris is, like, a mid, like, fight in the middle of the, map. That makes any freaking sense, but, yeah, I mean, it's mostly all the battles happening in the middle, and so you can really defend your 3rd base with just fighting in the middle, which is going to happen anyway. And this 4th over here, it's easy to get zealots in there or something and go around like that. So definitely a good decision by him, I think.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. Obviously, a lot of the attacking is going to happen in the middle, but I mean, I'm no Terran pro. Obviously, you're much better than me at playing Terran, but you know, considering the Colossus count right now, there are 6 Colossus on the map. Like, I feel like it's so much easier to hold the entire middle than it is to hold this little gap. You know, look at that little choke point where the observer is right now. Can you imagine 5 or 6 Colossus standing there and, like, berating your entire Terran army?
Yeah, that is rough, but, I mean, right now, it looks like the game is just going to go into late game. They're both on 3 bases. Maybe if Intense attacks, I'm not quite sure.
Looks like he's going to. He's moving his 8 Vikings across the field, and, you know, 8 Vikings is a lot, but that's 6 Colossus, man.
I don't necessarily agree with this, especially with Storm. I mean, Storms are easier to get down than EMPs, and there's a nice Storm.
God.
Oh my god!
Intense not looking at his army for a second.
And then Psychonaut's just going to move in, probably, I would. A lot more Storms going down, and oh my god. The Terran army just getting destroyed by the Protoss. Just really one-sided little skirmish there. I mean, Protoss is now ahead in supply when earlier the Terran was, so... That's a great engagement for the Protoss.
I actually found it weird that because as a Terran player, you're supposed to move out before your max, right? Because your production is not instantaneous like a Protoss's warp-ins. So you need to keep your supply below max, otherwise you're not getting production, correct?
Yeah, it was definitely a weird attack. If anything, he should have just stayed back and maybe done drops like this, because his army, his composition just wasn't better. And if the Protoss decided to attack, he could get off some nice EMPs and the Vikings would attack and stuff like that, but I mean, attacking into it, it's so much harder to get down EMPs, and the Storms just ripped him apart completely.
Alright. So Intense throwing down, or has completed his 4th actually, and the Protoss player has started his 4th. 4th not yet moved out for Intense, but look at him, he's adding 5 more barracks